Hey, look, listen. Spoilers ahead. Evil beware. Now on to the show.
Oh, that's a yes.
The man of the hour.
Insert weed music here.
Azul Nile. I'm going to the edge of this round section all the way down. Okay. I just want to make sure. Did you miss that? Or did you somehow make water dry faster there? I stepped in it.
It's one of those Avatar Airbender abilities.
Might have been with my mom.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for BakaTaka, the very first one to be exact. With us today, we have sitting across the table from me, it's George.
Wait, this
and
isn't the
sitting
first one.
over to my right is the one and the only, it's
Eric?
Yeah, and I'm your boy, Chase. And thank you for joining us today.
Wait, you said this was the first BakaTaka, but this was like our fifth.
I got you.
What are you talking about?
This is episode 1, take number 2 for the intro. We had some issues.
Yeah,
Wait, what?
this is the first episode.
Yes, episode 1.
What?
Are you trying to say something?
I'm really confused.
Well, you're telling us.
Yeah.
We're more confused than you are.
I know what's going on.
What do you mean you know what's going on? He just said this was the first episode of BakaTaka.
Correct.
Is it not?
Have we not released 4 episodes already?
Wait, we've released 4 episodes of BakaTaka
And
Yeah.
like an extra or 2. But this is episode 1.
and an extra in 2?
What do you
Wait,
mean is...
so we've done this before.
Yeah?
So, are you saying that we're in a time loop? That's right. Sparks will fly tonight at the B1 BakaTaka Grand Prix, where fists will fly. Welcome to BakaTaka.
Wait, was me being super confused part of the intro?
Oh, you know it.
You didn't tell me that, though!
Because you wouldn't.
I was super confused. I had no idea what was going on.
So, he's doing that because, what was it?
Higurashi.
2 or 3 weeks ago, we binge watched like the first half of Higurashi.
What's Higurashi?
Higurashi is the show we were watching right before you left
It's the one where all the people like kill each other.
in the village.
Oh,
And then
wait.
it resets after like 4 episodes.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
So we reset.
That's why we got this
That's
intro.
why I didn't get the...
That's
okay.
why we got this
Yeah.
intro.
Just to be clear, were you actually playing on me having no idea what was going on?
I was playing on one of
Because
you. You remembered. Though.
Yeah.
Because that's impressive. Good job. Because I was lost.
At first it hit me, I was like, "Wait, what's going on here?" And then the cog started turning. I'm like, "Oh, yep,
Yeah, you.
I understand completely now."
That was well written.
Thanks.
That's a script right there. You didn't even tell me what was going on. You made it work.
It's a very
That's-
basic script.
Yeah, I mean, I have
You
it
got
written
you.
here. Wait
I'm a
for
basic
response.
boy.
I have it written here.
Say
Wait
it.
for
You didn't
response.
want to. Say
I
it.
called Chase this a few episodes ago, but I'm not going to keep doing it 'cause that's crude.
Hey everybody, welcome to BakaTaka episode 5. With us is the usual Eric, George, and Chase, and we're gonna start some things without words. We're gonna start things with some news. The first news is that we watched the Fire Force trailer.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We just watched that.
We just watched it.
Looks pretty good. Reminds me of Bacaneri though. Cavanary.
Cavanary.
Bacanary. Reminds me of Cavanary.
It's all that vanilla
lot.
Coke
I don't
messing
know.
with us.
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know why necessarily, but it definitely gave off that same vibe.
Is Wit doing it?
I wasn't paying. I was just
Okay,
saying
yeah.
like
It had nothing to do with the art style.
Okay,
if that's
well,
what you're
just
saying.
like the premise. I get what you're saying. The premise of it.
Yeah, it just seems
It's just weird to me that it was like religious stuff.
Yeah,
I was
like,
like,
what's up
this
with
is
the
a
nun?
nun.
I think it's gonna be like Exorcist firefighters or
Yeah.
something like that.
I mean, that's
Like,
what I was getting. Just
that's
of,
demon
but,
fire.
but they were like bringing in like nuns and preachers. Like, whoa,
Yeah, it's like what's going on?
my dude.
did not
I-
expect that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for you. It looks really cool.
Looks really good.
And
When did it say it was coming out again?
July 5th
July 5th. Okay.
is when
Alright.
the first episode will air.
Soon-ish.
Yeah,
so
next
summer.
season. Yeah,
summer
summer season.
Okay.
I'm really excited for that. What
It
else?
also makes me think of Fahrenheit 451, if you guys ever read that.
No.
Ray Bradbury. Very good book.
No,
It's one of the few that I've actually read.
Oh.
Is it weeb?
Well,
Is it a light
No.
novel?
All right.
it's a short book. It's
That
like
big?
it's like an hour, 2-hour read. It's
Oh.
not a long book.
Oh, okay.
It's pretty short. It's basically just the premise.
Like for a normal person or for me to read?
3 hours.
Okay.
The premise essentially is kind of dystopian future. You have the firemen
Okay.
who aren't like the firemen now.
Firefighters, yeah.
Firemen burn books, and it's kind of like they burn books so that people can't learn, so they stay oppressed by the people above them, kind of thing. And one of the firemen decides to keep a book, and his supervisor even knows about it, and he's kind of like, sure, go ahead. Everybody wants to know why we're burning these. So you get your one book, read it, and you'll understand why we have to get rid of this stuff and be on board with, the government getting rid of books. And it's all about, the government and the higher people oppressing the lower and removing education and stuff so that they can't have the knowledge and what they
The
need
information.
to overthrow them, kind of thing.
Oh, it's an HBO series.
Yeah, so
Okay.
not a series, a movie, and it's
Yeah.
got Michael B. Jordan
Yeah, Michael
in
B.
it.
Jordan. in it.
I heard the movie wasn't great. I haven't watched it yet. I was really excited to watch it because I really liked the story.
And
But
you
then
heard about
I
that.
heard it was really bad, and I was like, no.
Right.
Even though Michael B. Jordan's great.
Oh, 256 page. That's not too bad.
Yeah, it's not horrible. But it's definitely worth the read. But then stuff happens. He takes his one book,
Right.
turns out to be the Bible,
Ah.
and he like just
The Book of Eli.
might as well be, yeah. But then just stuff happens around that, so it's very good. I'd say it's one of my favorite books easily.
Yeah.
Ray Bradbury has a lot of good science fiction stuff. He has some time travel type stuff too. I believe he did a Sound of Thunder as well. Sound of Thunder is really good. They made that into a major motion picture. Don't watch it. It's bad.
I might watch the movie of what you were talking about. What was it called?
Fahrenheit 451.
Because I'm not gonna read the book.
Okay, that's totally
You're
fair.
talking to a crowd that doesn't read a whole lot.
Yeah.
There's actually 2 movies. One of them is a lot older, and I don't know when that came out, but I want to say 90s sounds right. But
So it's an older thing.
yeah. Oh no, the book's been out for a long time, I think.
Why does Saitama look like that?
But yeah.
Yeah.
It kind of gave me that feeling as well
yeah.
as Cavanary.
Maybe
so.
a more actiony version of it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
But it was just because of the whole fireman thing.
And
I'm
the
sure,
weed
like
stuff.
the plot, obviously totally different. It just because of the whole fireman thing, it related.
Let's see. We also watched a trailer for Dr. Stone. What did you guys think of that one? You guys had mixed feelings on that one, I think.
I had mixed feelings on it because I had no idea what they were saying, and I didn't realize didn't know what they were saying until halfway through it.
Yeah, because you were so distracted looking at their character designs, you were like,
Yeah.
"This is a little weird." Like that's not what a main character looks like usually.
Right. So I was just kind of.
But I mean, from what you told me, Chase, about a bit of the background from the manga, apparently, it seems like everybody's turned to stone except him.
I believe so, from
And
what I
then-
remember.
He has the ability to
Yeah, to unstonify them, I think.
unpetrify,
Yeah.
depetrify. I don't know what
Right.
the word there is that you would use. But he can turn so many of them from stone back into human living
Yeah.
beings. But apparently he, at the very least, picks one person who is not so good. I mean, I'm sure
from
that
what I
has to-
remember. Yeah, from what I remember, he's
that's-
not exactly a good guy.
that's what makes sense. I mean,
Right.
if it's all just happy-go-lucky, him doing that, I don't know what kind of plot story.
If you're going to do like happy-go-lucky, it would have to be like
I
a
don't think
monster
it's-
of the week kind of
Yeah,
thing.
I don't
Kind of like
think
how
it's
Mushishi did it.
happy-go-lucky.
Yeah.
But I mean,
Yeah.
they might just try to throw in the drama of the serial killer going around, or it might just be a story for 1 week. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows?
Who knows?
But I mean, definitely looked interesting.
It didn't look too
I'll
bad.
watch it.
Like you said, the character art was
It was interesting.
kind of funky.
Yeah.
Because like they showed one girl in the trailer, but she was designed like 2 or 3 different ways.
I did notice
Yeah.
that.
Yeah. So I don't know if
Yeah.
the art's not going to be not consistent or just that's how they decided to do it.
We just
Or are
gonna
they
have
just
to-
going crazy with it?
Just gonna have to see.
Yeah. Is that another summer show?
That one, I believe, yeah, it's either summer or the spring.
Well,
But yeah, it should be.
before we jump into summer stuff though,
Yeah.
spring is right around the corner.
Hey.
And the trailer that everybody's been waiting for is the One Punch Man 2 trailer.
There it is.
That finally got released like what? 5 or 6 days ago? 4 or 5 days ago? Within the last week.
I thought it was like over a week ago.
Something
Yeah.
like that.
It
I
was,
actually haven't watched it yet. So
There's actually been a mixed bag about it.
really,
Right.
People aren't a big fan of GC staff.
Yeah.
is
what
cause-
what they've done with the look of
so
it.
clearly it's a different studio doing it.
Yeah.
Is the most of the reaction stuff them not liking the new art style?
So
think it
they
looks-
tried to stay to the same art style. It's just the animation doesn't look as good.
Oh, the animation for season 1 was amazing,
Right?
you know,
Which is really annoying because it was Matt who did it.
yeah, Matt has did it.
Why?
They don't.
Why
do
won't they do
sequels.
more?
They don't do sequels.
They need to start doing sequels. But do they not like money? Is that it?
What, the Madhouse sequels they've done are like what? Ace of Diamond?
They did Ace of Diamond. They did the sequel movie to No Game No Life.
Yeah.
They did.
Which was very well animated, in
Very
my
well
opinion.
animated.
The problem is the story
Oh,
isn't what
Yeah,
I wanted.
they do sequels to Chihaya Furu. We're
Yeah.
getting a third season, I believe, this season.
They've done all the gambling series.
Oh, Kaiji.
Kaguri?
Yeah. No, not
Kaguri
Kakaguri.
was Mappa.
Not Kakaguri. The one with the weird
Kaiji.
Kaiji and all those
The
spin-offs.
Ultimate
Kaiji,
Survivor.
okay.
They
Don't
do
know
all
what that
those.
is.
Yeah. Madhouse. Guys, I got 2 more things.
Oh, hit us.
One of them's gonna take a little bit longer, so I'll go to the shorter one.
All right.
Senko Roll 2 came out today.
It actually came out.
It actually came out. I looked on now. The release date is today.
I don't know.
I don't know if
Synchro
it's
World's-
theaters or whatever. I mean, it's a OVA, right?
Yeah.
Senko Roll 2.
Yeah, I've never even.
Yeah.
What?
It's okay. It's like a 30-minute OVA, the first one, and then Senko Roll 2. I don't know how long it is. I'm excited because last
I've
time I
been
saw
waiting
this,
forever to see this.
What was it? 2013 when the first one came out.
Something like that, yeah.
It's just a real like it's a treat. It's kind of like watching the Little Witch OVA.
Is it a movie?
It's like 30 minutes.
Yeah, it was just a one-shot OVA
Yeah.
Okay.
that they said they were going to release a second part.
Yeah.
But it's been.
But it's been like 6 years.
Yeah.
Or something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
So it's like
Yeah, it looks like the first one aired in July 2009. It's been a while. That's been a decade.
It will premiere in Japanese theaters June 29th.
June 29th. Okay.
That's when it's officially
And
coming.
it's 25 minutes long. Okay.
Senko Roll 2, everybody.
Holy moly.
Man.
Crazy, right?
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
I'm excited.
Well, I'll have
I'm
to
pumped.
watch.
Yeah.
I'll have to watch the first one, and
It's
you know,
literally like
then-
a half hour.
Yeah, it's easy. And then I'll have
The
to watch the second one.
the last thing I have on the list is Persona 5. The Royal got announced last Saturday.
So is it the Royal or is it the Royale? Because I feel like Royale sounds better, but I think it's Royal.
How they spell it?
I think there was an
Royal.
If
Was
there's an
there
E on
anything?
the end, it's Royale.
I think it's just Royal.
probably. I'm pretty sure it's just Royal.
Well, let's all get our Google.
Anyway,
Yeah, it's just
Yeah, it's just
Royal.
Royal.
yeah.
Man,
Persona
I kind of
5.
like Royale though.
Yeah,
Persona 5 the
Uh-huh.
Royale.
We are highly suspecting that is a female protagonist.
I don't think it's a female
I
protagonist.
think it's the female protagonist with a new character's voicing over her,
I don't think
talking to some random
I
guy.
do not think it's a female protagonist.
I talked a little bit about this with Eric. I have to agree. I don't think it's a female protagonist. I think that could be something that does happen, but I don't think she would
Yeah.
be the female protagonist.
I think she could be a new character in the party.
So So the reason why I think that that's wrong is her character design. She looks too normal. She doesn't stand out like all the other characters. Because the other characters, the main character is supposed to be kind of like a slate that you can kind of like, they can go like, oh,
You
this
can
person,
see yourself
yeah,
playing as kind
well,
of thing.
yeah, and so they gotta be like a broad kind of thing,
That's fair.
broad spectrum. Whereas all the other characters, they stand out so much. They don't wear their school uniforms, right? Some of them don't wear them at all.
That's
So.
not a bad point.
I
but
mean, that is not a bad
but
point. But
considering what she says in there,
yeah.
Well, so
It-
she never says that. She never talks. Someone else is talking. Well,
you assume it's
I
her
assume-
responding.
I assume that's someone else talking because protagonists don't talk that much in Persona games.
That's a lot of assuming.
That's a lot of
grasping at
assumptions.
straws.
I know,
But
but
I'm just saying she's not a protagonist because first of all she's a first year student.
okay.
All of the main protagonists are second year students, right? Except for
Are they?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
main character's second year student.
Is she a first
Yeah, her uniform's a first year student uniform,
year? Okay.
and then
Maybe
the whole...
maybe she's going to second year.
Another assumption.
Another
Yeah.
assumption. And the whole thing is saying like she's basically saying she doesn't like what the Phantom Thieves are doing, or she doesn't like how they're going about it, and you
That-
should solve
yeah.
it yourself.
So that's what I'm thinking is because why would they do just make a girl version Root in the game?
Mhm.
I think they're doing like a complete like if you go this direction, it's like a different point of view kind of thing.
That's literally a whole different game. Though.
Yeah.
It's been 3 years since the last Persona 5 came out, and they already have the engine built.
Right, but I don't think they're just gonna deviate and make a whole new game.
It's not. Well, it's not. It's just a. Well, I mean, it
They're
is
going
a-
to have a new.
yeah.
It will be a new route, new social, or new confidant.
I think they've had. I think they've had enough time to be able to do something like that because that's why they said that they wouldn't put a female protagonist in the original game because what's it called? It just would take too long.
Mhm.
It'd be like making the game a second time, and it's been 3 years since Persona 5 came out.
I am all for having a female protagonist.
Oh yeah,
But the way they've done everything, at least for the announcement of the announcement,
yeah, I know, right? That is
she does not seem like a female protagonist at this moment in time to me. That's not to say that the next announcement or official
Right.
trailer, that they
Which is
have,
on April 23rd, I believe.
24th.
24th, yeah.
whatever they announce or show there, could change everything. I'm saying, as
Yeah.
of right now, to me, she's a first year student. The dialogue that is said and everything relating to it does not make her seem like.
Quite frankly, the only thing I care about is that it launches on Switch because I want to play Persona
Yeah.
on my Switch
I
because I've never
really
played
hope it
Persona
does.
before, but you made me
Right.
play about an hour or two of
Which is-
Persona 5.
Which is why they might wait
And
until
it's
April to
good.
announce it because Joker is coming to Smash.
Also-
Exactly, and that's the reason why I'm not really scared that it might not be on Switch because if they're putting Joker in Smash, I feel like there's a very, very
I know,
good chance
'cause
it's
it's
coming
like-
to Switch.
It's like that's the perfect like
Yeah.
But
you
I
know,
just don't-
advertisement.
I just don't
for
know why
it.
they haven't announced it yet because they've already announced it for PS4.
Because
It's
they
100 but
yeah they haven't.
to be fair,
Right.
everyone knows it's
Yeah,
going
oh,
to
yeah.
PS4. Like,
Yeah.
it
I-
can't not.
I highly think it's going to be like one of those things at the end, and they're going to be like also for Switch or something, or it's going to get like halfway through the trailer, and then they're going to be like, "Here's what you can do on Switch,"
Mhm.
like all the little gimmicks and stuff like that.
I
you can do
mean,
with Switch
fine with
console.
that.
They'll either just do the normal PlayStation logo at the start.
Oh, sorry.
Or you just kick the
Yeah, I
table.
know.
Oh.
Just shake everything.
Podcast over.
Yeah,
it's
pack it
ruined.
up. They'll either do the whole thing where they just have the PlayStation logo at the start, and then they'll either bring up the Nintendo logo immediately afterwards, or they'll wait until the very end and say also available on Switch.
Yes.
So
I'm good with either of those because
Yeah.
either of them means it's coming to Switch.
there was one more thing, and it's we kind of like talked about this. We kind of think it's the Phantom Thieves kid, the Moon Arcana,
Yeah.
but there's a guy she's talking to, and we don't know who she's talking to. We
Right.
assume it's the Moon Arcana.
I mean, if
Yeah.
I sat there and listened to it and remember all the characters and
Yeah.
what they sound like, we could either pinpoint it, or
I
it might
didn't
just
play
be a new character.
Japanese. Yeah, I didn't play Japanese.
It might just be a new character.
yeah,
Who knows?
it might be a new. So there might be more new characters.
I mean, if they're releasing, if they're
whatever.
releasing a whole new game, they have to do more than just
I know
because Persona 4 to Persona 4 Golden, they added the whole gardening, different places you could do.
Oh, Yeah, the
They added,
extra
like-
events.
They added like 4 social links.
They
or something
added
that.
like an entire quarter of the game
Yeah.
to the game.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's impressive.
So I mean, they're going to have to add a lot. So
Yeah. So
compared to what they did for Golden.
Which, I mean, hey, you know, the more,
'Cause, I
the
mean-
more the merrier for
Yeah,
me.
I
It's-
mean, they might even do fun things like give Akechi a confidant link and stuff like that, or give some of the villains confidant links. Who knows?
right, guys. Now we're gonna move into what we've been watching. So who wants to go first?
Well, I mean, should we start with things that we've actually finished already? Because
Oh,
some
yeah.
of the shows have started
What-
wrapping up.
What we've been watching and / playing.
Oh, okay, that's directed to me.
Yeah.
the slash playing. Yeah.
Who wants to go first?
I mean, mine's fairly short. I can go first.
All right, hit us up.
So I mean, like usual, I've only been watching Kaguya. That's
Still good.
That's
Ending
ending.
tomorrow.
It's ending tomorrow.
I'm
It's ending where I told you guys where it was probably going to end
yeah.
at the festival arc. And I mean, the show's still good. Hasn't really dipped in quality. I'm enjoying it.
Not at all.
Staying pretty true to the manga. Nothing bad.
I'll
Only
say
praise.
that it honestly is one of the few shows that I've watched where I think I'll probably end up reading the manga after the show
Like
finishes.
Nisekoi?
Yeah, Nisekoi. Well, Nisekoi I had to because I wanted to know how it ended,
I'm not disagreeing with
and
you.
they're never gonna finish it. Same with well, Toradora kind of ended, but there are some differences. So I didn't have to read the
in my
manga. I
opinion,
just
Toradora
read it.
ended.
Yeah,
Like,
Toradora ended
yeah.
at.
Well, yeah, but there were a couple things that they kind of skipped. So I read a couple, like the skip chapters, kind of filler stuff. I watched a couple of them. That's about it. But anyway, yeah, Kaguya-sama is really good.
Yep, Kaguya's good. And I've been playing a ton of Azure Lane nonstop. That's another thing. The Azure Lane trailer is released. So if you're into
Oh yeah.
not
that's
Can Calais and like playing Azure Lane, check out this show. They're really good.
I'll have to watch that.
weird.
And I don't think I've been doing anything else.
Yeah,
Just
you haven't-
Azure
just
Lane.
Azure
You haven't been watching a whole lot.
I mean, I'm old. I mean, I watched half of the first season of Higurashi When They Cry.
Hey.
I didn't get much further than that. I watched like 2 more episodes after we stopped watching, and then I got sidetracked by Azure Lane.
Man.
I'll
back
bring
up.
that back up when we after
Yeah,
because I
we'll-
got some stuff to say
We'll
about
discuss
that.
more with it because you finished the first season.
I did
right?
finish the first season.
Yeah, we'll talk about more later.
It's,
But I haven't been doing too much. I'm old. I weightlift. Pretty much it. Azure Lane.
See, that leaves a lot of time.
Yeah.
You need to care about this podcast
Oh,
more. and devote
don't
your life
worry.
to anime.
I got his back. Watch this.
I got some other things I want to talk about, but we're in a different section right now, so
Gotcha. I guess me next because it sounds like you have a lot you want to talk about.
I got a dirt ton of stuff.
Okay,
so-
well,
yikes.
playing the only thing I've been playing recently is Octopath Traveler, which has been out
It's
for
a great
like
game.
a year or so at this point. So there's not a whole lot to talk about. Great game. I'm nearing the end.
How long is that
gotta
game?
I'm-
Standard JRPG. So if you blaze through a path, you could probably get it done 20-30 hours.
Oh yeah.
If you want to
easily.
get through a lot of the paths, probably 60 to 80 hours. True ending, 100-120 hours.
Yeah, because
It's
I'm
a
more
P5.
on the side of like trying to 100% this game because it's not an unattainable 100%. It's definitely doable. It's long.
It's a very tedious 100%.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like at
'Cause
this
the-
point.
Doing the side quests is very annoying.
That's honestly one of the only things that I have that I am not a huge fan of with Octopath. A lot of the side quests are very
vague.
hard to understand what they want. They're very vague. It's
Yep.
like
A
give
lot
me
of peop-
something, you know?
A lot of people are praising it's like old school RPGs and stuff like that. I'm like, no, this is a lot harder than old school RPG style side quests. Like these are insane to do
'Cause
sometimes.
You could say it's the Dark Souls. Of
No, like-
JRPG.
Like some of them you literally have to just talk to random NPCs and hope you remember exactly what they say.
And the
that's
thing,
stupid
especially the places where, for example, in one of like the chapter 3 cities, there's a guy who says, "Hey, we shipwrecked so long ago, and I haven't seen the captain since. If you
Yeah.
find a guy that matches this description, bring him here." I'm like, I mean, I probably met him, sure,
Yeah.
but where is he?
Yeah.
Where could he be?
And it's that kind of stuff where you have to
Yeah.
remember where specific people are,
Yeah.
and
You
then
have
you
to
have to go and
use-
get them and bring them back, which isn't necessarily that
Yeah.
difficult. You just have to know exactly where they are, and sometimes,
I mean, sometimes it's just trial and error trying to figure out which side character ability to use on them.
Yeah.
to get the information you need.
Because like some of them you have to fight someone, but you have to lose.
Yeah.
There's literally no way.
And some of them you can
You would
buy
know you have to
information or
lose.
you can steal the
I
information. or
hate
you
I
can
hate
just-
those battles that you have to lose.
Oh,
Well,
yeah.
And there
Yeah.
one that's really annoying. There was a quest.
Waste all your supplies.
There's
on it.
there's one side quest where a guy is trying to impress a girl, and the way to move on with the story is to beat him, not
Oh,
to
yeah,
fight
yeah.
him and lose, which seems very obvious. No, you have to fight him and just beat him, and then the way the story progresses is she's like, I could never like that guy, and
Oh,
then
yeah, I
she
remember that
leaves.
side quest.
Like that was not what I expected.
Well, there's a
Like,
few
how was I
side
supposed
quests.
to solve that?
There's one dude that loses his memory or something, and
I don't know if I've done this one yet.
so you just do
That's-
stuff for him, and he was like, "I have nowhere to go. Can you help me?" And you're like, "Okay, I'll find a place for you to go eventually." The thing you have to do is like, there's a random guy outside a city in one of the maps who runs a
The
circus.
circus?
Yeah.
Okay. I
You
haven't
have-
done that one yet.
You have to introduce him to that guy and be like, "Oh, you can use him to join your circus." And I'm just like, I would have never
Yeah.
have thought of to bring the dude
I-
with no memory to a circus headmaster to get him to sign up for that.
Yeah. See, I just learned about how to solve that side quest right here, right now.
Yeah.
I would never figure that out.
I was doing that
definitely
one
be
for like
looking
3
it
or
up
4
later.
hours, and I just gave up and looked it up.
Yeah.
I was just like, "This is
There's some of them where it's just there's no way to. I don't understand how you can solve that because
Yeah.
there's no hint system or anything, which
Yeah.
I think is good. I think it's
Yeah.
good that they expect you to just like understand this stuff, but there's some that just go a
Sometimes
little bit too
it
far.
is way too hard sometimes."
So I'm sitting about, I want to say upper 80s, 90s. I'm about 90 hours into the
You
game.
probably have most of
thereabouts.
the chapter 4s done.
I've actually only got 2 done. I'm at the boss for Ophelia at the moment.
Okay.
So as soon as I beat him, I'll have my 3rd done. And I'm kind of working my way around, but I'm also like kind of trying to level up people a little bit. Because you know, you go through the game with like your 4 mains and then your others are severely under leveled. It's
Every
like, hey,
percent of the game.
you should
Yep.
do this chapter 4 for this character when they're like roughly level 45. And I'm like, well, she's 20. You know, she's good enough. The
Yeah.
other 3 are so much higher than that.
I didn't use like Oberic for like the entire game.
Oh,
So
really?
when I was trying to get through his path, I had like all these crazy
rough.
high level people. He was garbage.
Yeah, because the 3. So I do Tressa, Therion, Cyrus, and then
She's the
usually
merchant, right?
Yeah.
Tressa's the merchant. Yeah, she's who I started as. Great character. I liked her story a lot.
It was a really good story.
It was a really good story. And then I did most with Olberic. If it wasn't Olberic, it was usually Ophelia. What?
No,
Why are you laughing?
he can see my monitor.
Oh, that's why. But then Primrose and
I really like Primrose's story.
Primrose's story is good. I just, as a character, I didn't use her that much. And then
I used her.
Alphen. And
Is she the church
Hana.
girl?
Primrose is
Ophelia
the
Primrose
dancer.
is the dancer.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
But they were all the weakest. So
So that's like the
Ulrich's-
opposite of the church.
so Cyrus,
Yeah.
Tressa, and Therion are all about 60.
yeah.
Ulrich's at like 52.
hmm
Ophelia's
Level.
yeah.
Okay.
Ophelia's like 36-ish. And then all the others are like 20s, and I think
Yeah.
Alphen might not even be in the 20s yet. ready to beat chapter 4. It's
Because what I did is I had my main party and I just went through it, and then I just
Yeah.
made a side party.
yeah.
Because once you complete one main character,
Mhm.
that's when you can finally switch them out.
Yeah.
Because I started with Hynit, and then I completed hers, and then I could finally switch her out
Mhm.
and replace her with Oberic and just make a party around him.
Yeah.
And do some
Yep.
other chapters.
Yeah. Hanet's story is pretty good. I want to see how it resolves at the end.
It was good stuff.
Yeah.
I liked it.
Are there, so you did do all chapters. Were there any that you think didn't do as well story-wise? Because so far I've enjoyed them all. I liked Olberic's. I liked how it resolved. I enjoyed Tressa's a lot. And Ophelia's at the moment, having beat the final boss,
So-
still really good.
Ophelia's was okay.
Okay.
Cyrus's was boring except for like one chapter.
That's fair. That's
and
yeah.
Olberic's was pretty good. I
Mhm.
really liked Hynit's. Tressa's was really like heartwarming and fun.
Yeah. That's what I picked.
Thief dude, I
Here we
hated.
go.
Yeah.
Really?
I did not like his.
You don't like playing a rogue?
It got very.
An edgy rogue character?
It was, so it was really weird. It's just like, we baited you in to do this. Now go steal everything for us. And I'm just sitting there like, if he's good enough to catch the thief, why couldn't he just do it himself? Or there's a lot of things they could have just solved themselves
Dodge a wrench,
Yeah,
you
that's
can
actually
dodge a
true.
So I'm just like, what's the whole point of this? And it's just his character just to me didn't feel like it fit into the party.
It does feel a bit like they're trying to force character development with him,
Yeah,
and it's
because it's just
a
like
4-chapter game in that sense. There's not really.
So the thing that bugged me the most about him too is like you're supposed to go out and get these gems and stuff for us. So
Yeah.
why would he ever bother joining up with these 7 other people to travel with them when he's always saying he's a big lone wolf?
Yeah.
It's just I didn't like Therion.
No, that's fair. I think, but the thing is, you basically have to have him in your party.
Yeah.
Because you have to have his steal side ability.
Mhm.
Because
You
there's
just
no.
rob people.
Yeah, just rob.
So-
Yeah.
If you can talk to the person.
Yeah.
Steal everything.
Yeah.
If you can't steal it.
You can steal some pretty broken stuff early.
Oh yeah, you can get some really broken stuff. But then you get to the end places. So if, for anyone who doesn't know how the game works, you go to a city and you have reputation. So you have
Yeah.
like 5 chances. So if you use your side abilities, Therion, Thief, steals. Ulbrich can challenge people, so you can fight them. So if there's someone standing in front of a door you want it to get into, you just punch them until they get knocked down. Then you can go in the door. Tressa can essentially do the same thing as Therion, except she buys stuff from people instead of stealing it. The cleric Ophelia and Alphen can. Is it Primrose? Yeah, it's Primrose. They can both lead people. So you can talk to someone, tell them to join your party, and then you can use them in combat, or just
there's some pretty broken NPCs.
Oh, I know there are, but it's so tedious to do that. That's why I didn't make a whole lot of use out of them. And then Alphen and Cyrus can both talk to people and learn their backstory and find like hidden items and stuff that people know about.
Cyrus's is better.
Cyrus's is better.
Pretty much, there's duplicates of every ability in the game, but
Yep.
one person does it better than the other person.
Yeah. But Therion, the steal is so important because you can go in and you can just steal everything.
Mhm.
But then,
So you just use him for his mechanic.
Yeah,
pretty much,
Mhm.
pretty
'Cause
much.
if you want to be that way, you can save scum it. So like you go, you find the super good item that has
Yeah, I
like a
never did
1%
that.
chance. You just save before you do it.
Yeah.
Give it 5
Ah,
chances, reload.
And the reason you would save is because they have the reputation system. So at any town you go to, you have a reputation. So if you try to say steal something from an NPC that has like a 3% chance of you succeeding in stealing it,
Yeah.
every time you fail your reputation, you lose 1. So if you fail 5 times, you're not allowed to use any of your side abilities at all in that town until you go to the pub, talk to the bartender, restore your reputation. You have to pay him to basically spread rumors through the town about how cool you guys are so that you can do that stuff
check
again.
out the
Yeah.
awesome 8.
And it's not too bad. Some places you go, it's like 1,000. You can one fight and you can get
Yeah.
1,000 leaves. I think they call them in the
Yeah.
game. It's gold,
Pretty
whatever,
sure
money. Anyway.
Tressa had some broken ability that way you get a ton of money.
Oh yeah. Well, it's actually
There's a lot of broken mechanics. in the game.
there's a lot of good
Standard
mechanics you can do.
JRPG.
But anyway, you go to the end game cities, you're paying like 100,000 gold to restore your reputation. And there's like one lady in there who has like only a 20% chance of telling you her backstory. But her backstory is good because she gives you the ability, it makes Therion's stealing ability even better.
Yeah.
So it means that, where someone might have been a 3% before, now you go in, it's like, it's a 50%
right.
chance of you stealing it. It's like way better. But it's pretty likely that she's going to say, hey, screw off. I'm not going to tell you anything, kind of stuff.
So I think the thing you need to do is I think Alphen, as long as he's a higher level than the NPC, he will just be able to get the rumor.
Yes.
So Alphen's good to have on your team.
That's true.
Because Cyrus always has a chance.
Not anymore. Now that he's level 60, most of the time he doesn't have a chance. It's only a couple that he does.
Right.
And it's those really important ones who have the thieving tips and tricks kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I actually, so that, her, Tressa's ability to cash out from people and stuff, I made her, you can subclass along with your major class. We might be getting too into this game. We got anime and stuff to talk about.
It's fine. Keep going.
Anyway, so you got Tressa, who's a merchant, but then later in the game, after doing certain things, you can subclass. So for her, I have her as a merchant, and then her subclass is thief, so she can use all of Therion's abilities. And I also had Therion to subclass as merchant, so he can use all the merchant abilities. Therion has steal, so he can in battle use steal to steal an item.
Okay. Like
from
just in the middle of the battle.
Oh yeah, he uses an attack.
Yeah.
It's one of his special attacks.
And
you
it just
select,
snatches an item.
it'll snatch an item from the enemy. Usually they're not too useful, quite frankly. So steal is basically useless.
Yeah.
And Tressa's ability for merchant is collect, where she can literally take money from the enemy, whatever it is. But
just the middle of the battle goes up to him. Give me it.
But Therion, because of his thief job, one of the job skills you can get after unlocking so many of his abilities is I forget what it's called, but basically what it does is it'll double the results of steal or collect. So if he steals something and he has this job skill equipped, he gets 2 of the item. Or if he collects and he has the job skills applied, he'll get twice the amount of gold.
Yeah.
So literally anytime you go into a boss fight, because pretty much every other fight, unless it's maybe one of the Kates, which is, it's their golden slime Dragon Quest.
Metal slime.
Is it metal slime?
Yeah, it's metal slimes.
They had gold slimes too, didn't they?
The
one I played had gold slimes.
Anyway,
metal slimes.
Yeah.
But so you use his ability in pretty much every boss fight, and then because he has that job skill, he'll double it.
Yeah.
And some of those later boss fights, you'll walk out, you just do that, you're 60,000 gold richer. It's insane.
Mm-hmm.
And of course, if you level up Tressa, you can give her the same ability. I applied it to Therion because it made more sense, just because of how I have my party set up. Tressa can dole things out. Her movement is better spent in other ways, but him using that, it's a good system. It's a good game. I like it a lot.
It's a lot of fun.
If you have the ability to play it, you should play it. If you don't, you should buy a Switch and buy the game and then play it. If you're into JRPGs or looking into getting JRPGs, it's a good one to start with. Yeah, it's
because it's got the old Saga game style. Yep. It's got like a Final Fantasy V job system.
Yep.
It's 8 different stories, so
it's a beautiful game. It's got really good music.
You're bound to like one of the characters.
Oh yeah.
That's a good thing about it.
So I can't recommend that game enough. I'm a big fan. I will continue to be a big fan. Apparently the second one is in the works now, so I will be getting that whenever it releases.
I just hope it doesn't turn into like a Bravely Default second.
No, I hope not. So I didn't do Bravely Default, but I know about it enough.
The first one was good. The second one was...
Yeah.
It felt like a series died out with it.
Oh, wow.
But they're making a third Bravely Default?
Are they?
I think.
Well, I know they made a mobile game too for Bravely.
They're making a
mobile game for Octopath right now.
Yeah, Octopath's getting a mobile game. Disguise got a mobile game.
George,
Kingdom Hearts has a mobile game.
George, you watch or play anything else?
So that was all I played. Everything I watched. Same stuff as before.
I know there's one thing you watched, but I don't know if you want to wait for the end. That one.
Well, let's just walk through it. So
without spoiling it.
I'm caught up on JoJo's, caught up on Kaguya, Mob Psycho, Shield Hero, and that time I got reincarnated as Slime. All of those are still doing well. I'm still a fan of each. I don't think any of them have gone in a way where I'm kind of like, oh,
change the level on
yeah, I'm still excited for all of them. I'm having fun. Promised Neverland ended, finished that.
Hey,
I
finished that as well.
I am so happy. Oh,
yeah.
it is.
It's
really good.
Real quick, he read I think some of chapter 1, so he hasn't got to the point. So don't talk about anything. Be vague when you say.
Oh, something. I'm not gonna spoil that because I know you have to watch it, and I'm sure a lot of people, if they're listening to this, haven't finished it yet either. Who knows?
Yeah.
If they're even listening.
Somebody will go through the archives.
Someone will go through the archives. Promised Neverland. Really happy with how it ended.
I that's how I wanted it to end, and it ended that way, and I was like, that is the best.
The plot twists and things that have changed.
Oh my gosh! At the end of episode 4, it got like, I totally get what you meant last time when you said the hooks at the end.
They're good.
Episode 4 was just so good with what's his face, Ray.
Mm-hmm.
You know the thing.
Yeah.
And then episode 5 also with
and also 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11.
And
all really good hooks.
You know, in episode, I think it was 9 or 10, when the thing happens,
Yep.
And it's like, yeah.
Listening to you trying to dance around, not
Yes.
spoiling
Well,
anything.
We'll see. It's
You're
the funny-
doing this to us because you haven't watched it
Listen,
yet.
I'm also like half paying attention too.
the funny thing is that we know exactly what we're talking about when we say the thing.
Sometimes I
Yeah.
just nod and
I
agree.
am over
you
here
know?
playing. I'm playing Azure Lane, so you guys can
Come on,
discuss
man.
it.
Yeah.
Promise Neverland.
Highly
It's
recommend.
it's really good. If it's got that nice, not nice. It's got that
No.
kind of feeling like Erase, where you just kind of want to figure out what
it's-
happens.
At the very end, you get a like beat the odds kind of feeling. It is at its core a bit of an underdog story, and it's really.
I
really good.
will say one thing. There was some scenes that could have been better.
I mean,
How
of
they told
course.
them with you know who mom's assistant.
Yeah.
When the thing happens, I think that scene could have been better because you know how I had with them eating at the same time.
I'm gonna say yes, but all these things happening that you're saying,
I know,
this thing, that thing. I'm gonna be honest, you're getting me a little confused.
So-
I finished it.
Sorry, I
I
know,
know what happens.
I
but-
have it in my head, and I'm just like, I know exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, and there was also another thing. For lack of a better term, I'll call him the bad guy. The bad guy. I wish they didn't kind of show, at all. I wish they were kind of in the shadows the whole time.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
I wish they never showed you.
That
You get what I'm saying?
I
Yeah,
think
okay,
that-
totally.
no,
Yeah.
I think I understand. I think what you're saying could have possibly worked.
I'll talk to you about it after.
Fair enough. So I finished that, and I finished quintessential quintuplets.
Quinn.
Quinn.
Queen.
I'm a big fan. I think
I
it was
wa- I
really
wanna
good.
watch it.
It's not a perfect show. I think it does something that other similar shows don't though, and I really like the ending of the show. So you have
I watched what's her face Headphone Girls arc.
Miku.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, there's art.
The her arc in a
character
sense.
story.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It ends at episode 2.
The way the end shows. Well, I mean, so from the beginning,
I
of the
mean,
show,
I
have
assume
you,
they're
have you
probably
seen
showing
any of the
more.
episodes at
No.
all? Okay, well, so basically the whole way the show starts is, hey, main character
super poor.
he's getting married to
Mhm.
one of these girls.
Oh,
Like they tell you that right off the bat, but they
Yeah.
don't tell you which one. And you go through the
But you know
whole.
it's the main one because it's always the main
you shut your mouth.
so
This is you have
So
waifu
you-
battles.
so you go through the whole show. I'm voting Miku, man. I
Yeah,
like
they
Miku's
never
the
show the
greatest.
face. is what it
Right.
is, so.
Miku is best girl. Okay, I'm just throwing it out
So
there.
I'm gonna say for the 2 episodes I've seen, you're correct.
Oh, I know I'm correct. I know I'm correct. So you go through
I
everything.
can't wait to rate her at the bottom
And
and,
then
just
oh, I
trigger
know,
you so
know what?
hard.
I'm just gonna punch you in the face. That at the very end, you think at least they try to make you think. I
Yeah.
don't even know if I want to tell you
But
guys this, but they make you think they're going to
secretly-
show everything, but they don't.
Yeah.
And I honestly, I thought they
Ah.
might, and literally, if they did, it would just wrap up the entire series. Never a second season. Wouldn't
Right.
be necessary. You know what happens. They don't do that. They show you stuff, but you're like, well, I still don't know.
Secretly at the end, he married all 5.
I mean, heck,
I wouldn't put it past them.
Like he gets married and then he's like, all right, next.
I mean, that's kind of like what they did in like High School DxD.
Is that what happens?
Oh, did that have
Pretty
an
much,
ending?
it's not like that kind of ending. It's just he gets with the red hair girl, right?
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, the harem keeps getting bigger, and it's like whatever. We'll just keep adding to
Why
it.
make it sound like that's a problem?
It's not a problem. I'm just saying it's.
Well, good. Stop saying it like it is.
I'm just saying it's a good thing to have.
But yeah, so I finished that. I really enjoyed that. Very good. That's pretty much everything I've watched or
Alright.
played at the moment. Yeah, I can't think of anything else.
All right. Well, let me get this Spitfire round going.
All right, here we go.
All right. Immediately after I finished Razafon,
Oh
same
wait,
opinion.
I forgot one thing.
Oh, what is it?
I'm not caught up on Sword Art Online, but I
That's-
can tell you
oh,
it's
that's-
perfect still.
Trash.
Continue.
Cool. Watch Razafon, same opinions that I had last time we talked about it.
Yeah.
It ended. Cool. I watched the first season of Higurashi, When They Cry. That's the one we're watching.
Yeah.
I've got a huge opinion on this. This show is two-sided coin. If you want to watch a creepy, disturbing show that you just don't want to look at the screen the whole time, watch it by yourself. if you want to watch a super awesome comedy, watch it with other people. This show is super funny when you're watching with other people. It's kind of hard to look at when you're watching it by yourself.
So what you're saying is you really enjoyed the first half when we watched it
Yes.
together, but the second half was
The
kind
second
of
half, I was just kind of like, do I have to watch this? It's because there's a lot of like torture stuff in
Right.
it. There's like a girl, like she betrays like her friend or her family or something like that, and she's got to rip her own fingernails off.
Yeah.
What the heck?
Yeah, dark stuff like that.
Yeah.
it's,
Man, I need to watch this.
it's and there's like 3 seasons or something like that.
Oh,
on the
wow.
show.
Okay.
So-
Well, it's like
There's 2
full
seasons
and
some
one
OVAs,
like, yeah.
and then a spin-off series, which is the same length, which is like 26 episodes. Anyway, Higurashi, been planning to watch that for a long time. Finally got around to it. Then there's one show, The Ultimate Otaku Teacher. I dropped this show multiple times and finally picked it up and watched it all the way through. This show doesn't have good production value to it.
Production quality.
Yeah, production quality.
Not good.
Yeah, that's the
Okay.
word I was looking for.
Yeah.
But it's got like, it's trying to be kind of similar to GTO.
Oh, this
yeah. and it's
show.
Would you
like-
recommend is the thing?
No. It's an
Okay.
alright show. It's super held back by basically the quality, and it's A1 who did it. Yeah, that's A1 who did that.
Is that a dude?
Really?
The redhead is a dude.
Doesn't look like him.
I know. He's got like a super long ponytail. Like me.
Do they make fun of him?
I mean, he's a super weeb.
Good.
I am makes.
Yeah, they all make fun of him, even though they're all weebs.
Okay.
That's a
And
big X
I
for
finished
me.
that. I thought it was pretty alright. And then
what
I
did
was
you
like-
rate it?
I would rate it like a 6.
Okay. So like a little bit above average.
Yeah, maybe a 6.5, but a 6.
That is one thing I want to talk about at some point is rating systems and how you guys like to rate things.
Oh.
Well, I don't rate anything. I'm just saying.
I know, but as
yeah,
like
yeah,
a personal,
as like
as a person, we can
You
go over
yeah,
this
that's
some other
fine.
time. But
You
let's
don't
finish
rate
what you want to.
That's fine. The next thing I watched is I actually need your opinion on this because I know you've seen it. You haven't seen this.
Okay.
I watched the series of Code Geass Akito the Exiled.
Oh my goodness!
You tell me your opinion on this, and then I'll
I
tell you what
hated
I think
it
about this.
so much.
Okay.
Wait, where does this what does this fit
Akito
in with
the
Kate?
Akito
Code
the
Geass?
Exile.
Okay.
It takes place in the middle of season 2, I think, or it's in
There-
between season 1
It's
and 2.
between season 1 and season 2.
Yeah.
Basically, the big plot at the end of season 1, blah blah blah. Something happens to the main character and loses his memories for a bit,
Okay.
and this is just what happens between the 2 seasons.
Yeah,
in a whole different area of the world.
Oh, okay.
whole
So-
different area.
So it's the true season 3.
No.
I
I hated this series so much. I went into it, I was like, more Code Geass, what could go wrong? Watched the first movie, I was like, okay, premise, character setup, whatever, I can dig it. Second episode, I actually fell asleep. Couldn't figure out what was going on, hated it, was boring. Got to the third episode, I was so angry I dropped it about 10 minutes in.
Ooh, wow. Okay. That's
Okay.
a that's
That
a,
is my
that
very
is-
strong
that's
opinion.
a
about
fairly nuclear response.
this garbage series
So,
that's a part of Code Geass.
I didn't
series.
hear about how far you got, but I knew you didn't like these. So I remember you telling me
I
that.
think it's fair to say he did not like
He
it.
definitely didn't like these.
Did not like it.
I am a huge Code Geass fan. I watched this, and I like this. I like these movies.
You
Yeah,
like
I
it or
like
you
I
love
genuinely enjoyed watching these
Rate
movies.
it.
I'm not gonna rate them.
Rate
Rate
it.
These movies.
Rate it now.
Rate it.
For starters, everything Lelouch in it, everything Suzaku in it, everything Rolo in it, garbage. Get it out of here. It's dumb. Just tell me it's the Code Geass universe. Don't show them. Keep them out of here. I don't care. Get them out.
Right.
I like that. I like seeing the Lancelot do its thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's about it. Get it out of here.
Right.
Like, I don't want to see you guys waste time in these movies.
Was
And-
that a big part of the movie?
No, they were. I think it was at the end of
No.
the second. Yeah, I think it was at the end of the second movie where he comes in, and then he's just kind of there at random points throughout the movies,
Okay.
like just doing his own thing,
Okay.
separate from Akito. They never involve Akito
Right.
and Lelouch never see each other.
all right.
Right.
Like
I
right there.
don't know who they
Yeah.
are, but whatever.
Main characters from respective Code Geass.
Okay. Gotcha.
The fight scenes in this are so enjoyable to watch, in my opinion.
But they're so few and far between.
There is one in
For
every movie. There's one long scene in
Just
every
be clear,
movie.
how many movies
One-
is it?
There's 5 movies. It's a 5-movie series.
5 movies?
5-movie series.
Like, how long are these movies?
they're only like 45 minutes.
And
Okay,
there's
so it's like a
one long fight scene in each.
So it's like a typical
Yeah.
American
There-
hour-long.
Yeah,
TV
there's
show. Okay.
there's like a
Okay.
7-minute long fight scene in like each of them.
But it's
Alright.
like
You add that up, that's a full episode of fight scene.
it's so. Episode 2 was so boring.
I really love this. I haven't seen anything new Code Geass in years.
You will soon.
I know. And I watched this. I watched this,
You
and I
don't
was
sound
like,
pleased.
man, I love Code Geass. I don't care.
I swear,
I don't care that this.
You just
isn't
like
as good.
things to either like what I don't like or like them just to spite me.
Remember when you
Well,
said
see-
you can't wait to watch Quinn
That-
just so you can trash
I
on
know.
Miku being best girl?
True.
Sorry, that
You're
was
right.
That was
You're
also
right.
that was also something I wanted to bring up. We gotta stop recommending stuff to each other.
Yeah.
Yeah, we just gotta say like, hey, I like this. Watch it. Give me your own opinion of it. If you want to watch it yourself. I'm not gonna tell
So,
you
I
to watch
mean,
it.
I watch things myself.
Yeah.
But after starting this with you and really getting into your taste, you watch a lot of
A lot of garbage.
Oh,
a lot of
You
garbage.
know-
watch so much garbage.
You want to know another garbage?
You know, you could save you would save us a lot of time if you just rated stuff and all the garbage you watch, just give it like a 1 so we know.
Yeah.
I mean, we still might watch some of it.
Yeah, that's true.
Because you remember that extra episode? We literally spent like an hour on Spring because of all the stuff you watched.
That's true.
You watch so much.
Yeah.
But
Uh,
continue.
Carry
So,
on.
I watched a garbage movie. I am not apologizing for saying this. I watched the 7 Deadly Sins movie. It's not good.
It's okay.
There's a
It's
7
not.
Deadly
It's
Sins
not.
movie.
Yeah, it's on
There's a
Netflix.
7 Deadly Sins movie. It takes place after season 2. It's kind of like a side. It's a.
It's a standalone story.
The fight scenes were cool. That's about it.
Yeah, it's pretty much
That's all I
can
gotta
say.
say.
That's all
I
can
kind of
say.
wish. I kind of wish they didn't make it. I wish they just focused more on the next season.
I think they just kind of did it because people wanted
Yeah.
more 7 Deadly Sins.
I don't think I've seen this, but
It,
that
it's
doesn't
on
sound
it
Netflix.
just
like-
came out
yeah.
like a couple weeks ago.
Okay,
on
then I haven't
Netflix.
seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't watched anything new from that series in a while.
Let's see. I picked up Scrap Princess again. Dropped it again. I was like, oh, I'll give this a second chance because I wasn't sure if I wasn't feeling it when I was watching it the first time, and then I watched it this time, and I was like, no, I just don't want to watch the show.
Right.
So I dropped it again.
Okay.
That's all I've been watching. Playing. I've been playing a lot of fighting games. I got Guilty Gear Xrd Revelator 2. I got Under Night Rebirth.
I really want to play Under Night.
And I got Cross Tag Battle.
I don't want to play Cross Tag.
Cross Tag Battle. Cross Tag Battle. I don't want to play by myself. It's just like it's a goof off game where we can cross tag and stuff like that with fun characters and goof around with.
It was fun in the sense I was like, this cast is really cool.
Yeah.
And then you play the game and you're like, Ruby is really broken.
Yeah, but it's like okay. And Under Night is such a fun fighting game. I've been playing it. It's like all the characters. I told Eric about this, George. Most of the characters in the game are either like hit or miss. There's very few that are just kind of like, they're all right.
Okay.
So you'll either love playing as a character. I don't know. Like I know you don't really. Like
I
fighting
am
Like-
very bad at well, you already know I'm bad at fighting games.
games.
I played
I'm
you in
bad.
Street Fighter 4.
Huh?
Remember when we played Street Fighter 4?
I remember when you played Street Fighter 4.
Yeah, you played once with me.
Yeah, but I remember when you played.
George is like, I remember being your punching bag.
I'm horrible at fighting games. I'm horrible at first-person shooters, except Splatoon, if you'll count that. I was okay with Splatoon,
Splatoon-
but it's so far
I like
from like a
Splatoon.
But
real
it's designed for like
first-person
10-year-olds.
Yeah. Okay. Well, you know what?
Hey, I play some Splatoon.
And
I'm not saying you can't have fun with it. I'm just saying it was designed.
Also, I'm not old enough for Dragon Pilot, so I can play Splatoon.
and I'm bad at just gigantic open world MMORPGs. I can't do it. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I can't do them.
I mean, I used to be a very avid World of Warcraft player, so I can do MMOs. But put me in like a open world game like Dragon Age Inquisition or Horizon Zero Dawn,
Nier
Mhm.
Automata.
and I'm just like, I have to do everything, and I short circuit.
Oh,
See, that was my problem for
Yeah.
a long time, and that's one of the reasons why I actually like, for example, Breath of the Wild. That's
Yeah.
the most recent open world game that I played. It took me forever to beat that because I played it for just a bunch when it came out.
Yeah.
Put, I want to say 80, 90 hours into it. but then I never beat it and I just kind of dropped it. And I wasn't that far from like beating the game. It's just that whole mindset of you don't have to do everything.
Yeah.
You just got to do the story stuff. Just move on.
That's
Just
just
keep
like-
going.
that's how I play open world games.
See, for me, it's like even if I don't want to 100% a game, I'm like, I'm
Mhm.
hitting these side quests. I'll go to them every once in a while. I'm just like, oh, I got to do this stuff.
I
And
have
it's so hard to get out of that.
I have the really bad mentality of I used to play a lot of old school JRPGs,
Mm-hmm.
and like you miss something and you go past it, it's like you can't get it.
Yeah.
So I just have this. I short circuit. I'm like I have to get everything because if I miss
Oh,
it,
the run through one.
It's
what,
gone.
what if I can't get it back? What if I pick this little plant here and it leads to some ultimate weapon down the road?
Yeah.
I just short circuit and I have to get everything.
Yeah. And I had to come back to Breath of the Wild almost a year later to actually finish the game, and it's so good. It's so much fun and going through and after beating the game, it's a lot easier to actually go through and do those things because you're like, there's no rush. I don't feel like I have to beat this game anymore and
Right.
still do the side stuff. And I think that's one of the big draws of open world games is because you can do it literally at your own
Yeah.
pace, especially when it's open world in the sense that nothing gets closed off. Because there's some open world games where
Yeah.
things do. For example, I know Xenoblade Chronicles does that. There's some
Yep.
places where if you don't do the side quests while you're there,
Yeah.
the story stuff happens and you just can't go to that location
know.
anymore and thus can't do those side quests.
In Xenoblade Chronicles 2, after like chapter 5, one of the cities just goes away.
Oh, I wonder what that means for the story. Does that city just go away? Maybe.
It's just it's either I
Cease
just
to
know
exist.
you can't go back to it.
Yeah.
I don't know if it blows up or just it closes
Ah.
off or something in the story happens.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's
Yeah.
interesting,
There's
but
like
it's hard to
like
do
the
that.
Yakuza games. Like
Mhm.
whenever I think I'm doing a story mission and then I realize, oh no, this is a side quest, I'm like, well, I'm having fun, but I'm kind of wasting time.
Yeah, I did that
Yeah,
a lot when I played
yeah.
Yakuza.
And I'm just like, oh, I kind of want to play the main story.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, hey everybody, thanks for wasting another 50 minutes listening to the world's best, greatest, awesomest anime podcast,
Yeah.
BakaTaka.
That's us.
Yeah.
If they don't agree, we'll have to comment down below, like usual.
Yeah, but also don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that bell
Smash
icon.
that like
Yeah.
button.
Smash that like
We're
button.
waiting. We're
So-
waiting.
Don't forget to click the bell icon so you get notified all the time.
Also, remember, you doing this tells us that you're watching this far. So, with us as always has been
George,
I've been playing Azure Lane for like 20 minutes. I'm Eric.
Chase. Gonna
Flex on the haters.
yeah.
you gotta say it. You can't see it.
Yeah, I was hoping that you guys would. Bye, everybody.
Later.
Peace.
Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining us for BakaTaka, the very first one to be exact. With us today, we have sitting across.
Was that it?
No, that was only a small part of it.
Oh my goodness. I just want to get through this.
And that's the opening.
Why are you drinking more?
It's still vanilla Coke.
It's so good. Should I restart that, or should
Yeah,
we
we're gonna
just
have
do
to
that?
restart.
That was most of it, I think.
Are you?
But I still have more vanilla Coke. You should just let me finish drinking.
Yeah, just go ahead and check it.
Oh my goodness.
All right, I've been recording for 31 minutes.
That could have been a podcast. All right.
Oh no, I got more stock.